Yo, what's up everyone? It's Morgan here with Alchemic Serpents, and if you can see behind me, we're here with the tarantulas and the scorpions. We've got to feed a bunch of our arachnids. Also have to rehouse some of our tarantulas that have just gotten a bit big for the enclosures they're in. Let's go ahead and get into it now. This in front of you is a Poecilotheria ornata. I have a handful of these guys. Definitely a species you have to be a little cautious with. These guys are an awesome and very intense species of Poecilotheria. Great eaters though. Tarantula happy dance. Even the arboreal scary stuff does it, guys. Let's go ahead and move on to another tarantula. This is another one of our Poecilotheria ornata species. And let's see if they want to eat, because she's out just like the other one. Let's go ahead and feed our Poecilotheria vittata now. This is one of our bigger specimens. We have a few smaller ones we're going to feed here in a bit as well. Here we have our blue fang tarantula, a wee little specimen you can see down there. We're going to go ahead and get it fed real quick. Alright everyone, so we're going to go ahead and transfer our relatively large orange baboon tarantula. This animal actually came from Tie-Dye Exotics. I've had it for quite a while now. So let's go ahead and get this animal transferred to the new enclosure. So we're going to be relatively smart in doing this just to be safe and use secondary perimeters by using the sterilite bin to put the enclosures in and do the transfer within. So that way if the animal does run out of the enclosures we're trying to transfer it from or into, there's a secondary perimeter to keep everything safe. Popping in our new built enclosure. And we have our animal to be transferred right here. Let's grab our paintbrushes, grab our catch cups, and get everything ready for this rehousing now. Already threat displaying. This sucks. Oh, there's some gnarly fangs, man. Alright guys, so we're just gonna have to go for this one, sadly. There's not much else we can really do. Alright guys, so we have this animal in its catch cup right now, thankfully. Let's go ahead and get rid of this old enclosure. Woo-hoo! Thank God for secondary perimeters, guys. Use your protocols and do secondary perimeters, y'all. That's all I can truly say to you. You can see we have this orange baboon hanging out right here, and we now need to get it into its enclosure. All right, let's go ahead and try and do this, guys. There we go. That'll do it. That went quite a bit smoother than I expected, guys. Our orange baboon tarantula, the orange bitey thing, is taken care of and rehoused into its new enclosure that it should be happy in for quite a while to come. So let's go ahead and move on to our smaller OBT. It doesn't stop. So here we have our tarantula cribs. This is a 5-inch octagonal enclosure. We're gonna go ahead and build this with the same substrate. It's a much smaller OBT, pretty much like juvenile stage at this point. I always make a mess when I'm doing substrate, by the way, guys. It's just what you gotta expect out of me. All right, guys, substrate is in the enclosure, as you can see here. So let's go ahead and pop some cork bark in there for this little one. You know, some people say they're terrestrials. Some people say they're actually partially arboreal. My experience is they're mostly fossorial. What do you guys say? Drop it in the comments. Here we go. This is our juvenile OBT hanging out there at the top. And we're gonna do what we can to get this animal safely into its new enclosure. Woo-hoo! Man, these guys are just trying me. They just get really scared. I already got it in the catch cup, by the way, so. There you go, there you go. There we go. Nice and easy, guys. Doesn't have to be hard. Just get an extra stairlight bin for secondary perimeters. Take your time. Don't stress it too hard. Nice and simple. All right, y'all, tarantula cribs treehouse switch time. Do you know what that means? You should know what it means if you watch this channel. That means Poecilotheria. So we have 3 vittatas that were bred here in the state of Florida by my buddy who I can't remember his name. It's going to be right there in the thing or in the description. Check it. But this dude was able to breed some vittatas here in Florida, and I don't know many other people that are breeding vittatas. So thankfully, I have one from a totally different breeder that I believe is female, and we're going to go ahead and get these transferred into bigger enclosures. I got this set up for the bigger of the 3. I've got 2 small coffin enclosures here we're gonna get set up for the other 2. And let's get them going, because sooner or later we're gonna be breeding vittatas of our own in Florida. So let's get on this now. Let's go ahead and get this little treehouse switch small set up. I got the same substrate we've been using. I prefer Josh's Frogs, but I just didn't get a chance to get any in, so I ran up to the local store and grabbed this. All right, so we have the perfect amount of substrate here hanging out in this enclosure. Let's go ahead and put some cork bark in there. just have a basic setup for our Poecilotheria vittata, our bigger specimen of the 3 that we got from our buddy Mark here in Florida. So let's go ahead and get this animal transferred, and we will just deck this out with a water bowl and everything shortly after. Out of our smaller specimens of Poecilotheria vittata, we have the largest of the 3 right here that's going to go into this tarantula crib small switch enclosure. So let's go ahead and do our best to get this animal transferred over real quick. One thing I always try and do with enclosures and transferring tarantulas like this is just keep an eye exactly where this animal is while I'm doing this transfer. Here we go, guys. Transfer done. Now here's where things become increasingly harder, is transferring into smaller things like this coffin, which doesn't have a huge opening in the front. But I found if you just take the coffin and tilt it like it's terrestrial, you can get the animal in a bit easier like that. One of our last 2 Poecilotheria vittatas, I utilized the light just to be able to really see. These guys will run up your hand, they will run up your arm very fast, so you have to be cautious. You guys can see we have our little Poecilotheria vittata on our paintbrush. It's hanging on for dear life. And we're just gonna try and coerce it to realize this is an enclosure for it. Just like that. And we're gonna put the lid right on top. Just like I said, guys, doing a terrestrial is the way to go with these coffin enclosures. They work extremely well. We've got our Poecilotheria vittata number 2 transferred away here. And this animal will be able to grow out definitely a bit bigger in this enclosure than what it is currently in that sling enclosure. Coffin enclosure number 2 and Poecilotheria vittata sling number 3, and this is the last of our slings. We actually have 1 juvenile going on an adult that I'm hoping is a female, so that one of these can be a male to pair up, and then I can also hook other homies in Florida up with these guys. We have Poecilotheria vittata sling number 3 put into these enclosures. So again, guys, if you're housing arboreal species into these coffin enclosures by tarantula cribs, it's really much easier to just lay them terrestrial like this, do your transfer, and then boom. Guess what? You now have your arboreal species inside your coffin enclosure. Doing it vertical like that is so much harder. I've had issues with it. This is the way to go, so it's just my tip when working with these coffin enclosures, which I have 3 of the mediums back there that have Poecilotheria metallicas in them that are about to get transferred to something bigger. Alright guys, thank you so much for tuning in with me. I really appreciate it, and if you don't mind, would you mind hitting the subscribe button below? Hit the like button so other people can watch this. Drop a comment. Do you keep tarantulas? Do you keep ball pythons? I'd love to know. Start a conversation with me, honestly. Thank you so much for your time. Catch you on the next one, everyone.